Just me and you know, we're gonna make those decisions.
I guess so. Yes, also, so we had a reading this last Saturday.
A lot of pressure. It's got to make all the decisions.
I know, right?
So sweeping change is coming in.
Well, no, I have. That's not.
But something.
Yeah.
Better just.
This is very safe. So we said five is like five is
But
okay.
we've already got things that.
Work at like 5:30 or 5:30.
And that's like the only thing I'm saying that they're feeling right now. Oh my gosh, if this one is on, I can't wait anymore.
Like all the suits bill that's.
Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, if you want to. Carrie?
Oh, that's something. Did you sign? Okay.
This is a note. Melissa's mother wrote for her.
Thank you.
She's one of our library visitors this month. She's not bad. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, fair enough, but you better figure in for people.
We are ready anytime that you are.
Okay, I will. Just give me 1 second. And then. Okay, you ready, Jason?
Yep.
Okay. It's funny. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Christine Trujillo, the superintendent here for Gilbert. And as you can see, my fellow board friends, members are not quite here yet. So we are live here at 6 o'clock. It is, we are recording, it is on, and we are anticipating, we have our board president, unfortunately, is under the weather. We have another board member that is out of town due to work requirements. And then we have our one board member, actually, Jeff Moseman, he's online, ready to go. So thank you, Jeff, for being here. And Melissa is on her way, as well as Josh at his parent teacher conferences, and I believe he's involved in that. So we believe we'll be getting started about 6:20. So if you are wondering how come we haven't started, we're going to wait till we have a quorum, and then as soon as we do, then we will begin. So we're thinking about 6:20. So everyone, you can continue to visit. Just know we're recording as we would with the board meeting, so everyone knows that we're just waiting until that quorum takes place, and then we'll get started. Thank you. Hey. No, just Josh. Am I here? Yes, and Jeff is actually online. So you guys are in charge.
Oh, cute.
Is that adorable?
Yes.
Yes, I think that's adorable. Just, Melissa, we are recording just because we said we'd start at 6. I just want everyone to know. Okay, so. He said he'd probably be here at 6. Okay, I should show him.
Someone here in Gilbert.
Good, that's good, that's good. Okay.
Still with Josh running meeting.
Yeah. Hi, Josh. Welcome, how are you? Good. Good. That's, yeah, that's kind of what I.
It was a busy day. We barely got through conference. Oh.
Here.
Yeah, but we're good now.
I will let them know, I guess I know there was a second, just go on. But. Oh, okay. Sure, okay. Yeah. And Jeff is online, he's ready to go. He's, no, sorry, thank you so much. You're ready, yeah, we're ready.
All set. All right, so call the meeting to order for a roll call.
Katie's here tonight. I think she's gonna do the roll call for us. Are you? No, I'll do the roll call. Nice job. Let's start, Jeff.
Yep.
Melissa? Here. Josh?
Here.
Okay, and we have Tyler and Andrew who are not able to be here this evening. Thank you.
Approval of the agenda. Need any discussion or need a motion?
Motion.
Second,
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, moving on, public forum. We do have Corey and Amanda Ostrom, the public forum. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
And just, if I may, just a reminder with public forum is that the board is not able to comment. But we are glad you are here and happy to hear what you have to say and from there, you have about 5 minutes each approximately, and so welcome.
Thanks. Well, thank you for having us here tonight. My name is Amanda Ostrom. I currently teach 6th grade science. It's my 6th year with the district. Before I did 3 years of 8th grade science, and now I'm in 6th grade science.
And I'm Corey Ostrom. I married her. I substitute teach here in the district, primarily at the middle school, but also over at the high school, occasionally other places as needed. I've got my background in science and specifically astrophysics, and have been working with the district here for about 2 years.
And we are both coaches for our Science Olympiad group, and we wanted to we know you guys like hearing about the successes that happen at our district, so we wanted to give you a little bit of information about that tonight. So Science Olympiad is a little bit of it's a science competition where students get to pick different events, kind of like a track meet, where they have multiple events, and they range from typical tests where you write answers or fill out, multiple choice questions, to building events where they build a device and test it with very specific requirements and try to achieve goals. And this year we've had a lot of really great success with that program. And we've been having success for a while, but we're really proud this year. And we wanted to publicly thank the PTO and the Gilbert Education Foundation for their support this year. The building events in particular take a lot of supplies when we're going through the engineering design process. As you probably are aware, there's a lot of prototypes and failures along the way, but we generally get success at the end. And so our students are really appreciative of the supplies we've been getting this year to really help support our students. And it's really been our most successful year yet. So I've coached Science Olympiad all 6 years I've been at Gilbert, and we've just been improving, and the kids have been really building a great program with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders in our middle school group.
Yeah. And so Amanda normally leads the coaching effort for the middle school team. And myself and Lisa Buryanek usually work as assistant coaches. However, both Lisa and Amanda are on maternity leave currently, so I'm taking up a few extra responsibilities here. We have our state competition coming up on the 1st of April, so we're hoping that goes well. We've seen a lot of really good work from our students so far, and we're hoping to maybe make the podium here this year. We run 2 teams out of the middle school, and the high school kind of fluctuates between 1 and 2 teams. They're led by Kara Reinhardt over there. And so the really nice thing that we get to do with these kids is work during the MTSS period at the middle school. And so all the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders get together. And we kind of start building our bench, if you will, with the 6th graders. And through some mentoring with the 7th and 8th graders, they really kind of learn what the competition's all about, learn how to prepare. And we've really noticed a lot of growth as Amanda made that transition to 6th grade about 3 years ago. And that's when we started to see a big influx of 6th graders interested in the competition. And as we've had that kind of roster growing of returning students, then able to come and teach the younger students how to do things, the abilities of our sixth grade students have been enhanced, right? We've had a lot of very competent and capable sixth grade students in the past, but knowing how to prepare is a huge portion of this, right? And so we've actually had a few of our sixth graders medaling in our competitions here. We've had a couple of golds, a couple of silver medals, and a couple of bronze. We had our invitational meet at Mount Vernon this past Saturday. We've had, I think, 2 events that we had teams get gold medals in, and a handful of others that had earned silver. I think on the order of 5 or 6 off the top of my head. And then we had the regional meet before that at Iowa State. This is the first time Iowa State has hosted it, at least in recent memory here. And we had, again, numerous competitors that earned gold medals split between both our younger team, the Gilbert Black team, and the older team, our Gilbert Red team. So just a lot of great things happening all around. We think they really benefit from being able to, learn from one another and all be able to work in that same place during the school day at MTSS. And then they also get an opportunity to practice after school at some optional practices.
Yeah, and we just wanted to thank everybody for their support this year. It's really been a great year, and we're looking forward to state for both of our teams this year. So.
Yeah, so go Tigers. Yeah. And on a very unrelated note, we wanted to thank the board and the district office for the onesie welcoming the newest member of the Ostrom family along. We're very excited about the new addition, and we occasionally sleep.
Yeah. And this capacity is 2 months old?
Yes.
Almost, yeah, 8 weeks today. So
Yeah.
She's adorable. She's here.
yes, yeah, she's attending her first meeting today. So in fairness, I think it's mine, and I think your first.
No, I've been.
Okay, all right, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, my first meeting too. So all right.
Thank you all
Well,
for
thank you
watching.
guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else for public forum? Okay, moving on, oral reports, announcements, celebrations.
Okay, we have so many celebrations, and of course, I have to try to just pick a few to share with all of you this evening. So I wanted to share that we have had some amazing results from our kids that are in speech. And I wanted to thank our teachers that are helping our students through that. And with that, Zach Hackbarth and Heather Schur. And this year they shared this information. I want to read it right up here so I get it correct. Is that after an outstanding large group speech season, we had an excellent day of student performances, with 31 of the 39 performances receiving a Division I rating, which is the top rating. So we're very, very proud of our students, and they will move on to the state contest, which I think is coming up, or it may just be right around this time. But we have so many kids involved, and they've done such a phenomenal job. So I really wanted to thank our staff that are helping our kids and our kids that are involved in that as well. So that's one celebration. The other celebration I had is that I want to thank Byron Tinder and our jazz band. Our jazz band concluded its competitive season with another championship, and this time winning the Jim Coffin Jazz Festival at Woodward Granger. The Jazz One attended 5 festivals this season and finishing no lower than 2nd place at any of them. So they've done such an amazing job. So we're very grateful about that. And over the course of the year, 9 of the 17 students in the band were recognized at least one festival for an outstanding soloist, and 5 were recognized at all 5 festivals. So the band is now preparing for the Iowa Jazz Championship on Tuesday, April 4th. And there's also a jazz concert tomorrow night at the high school auditorium for anyone that'd be interested in checking that out. I know I'll be there and look forward to hearing that. So congratulations to Byron Tinder and the jazz band. And then in the sports world, we just want to give a shout out and a congratulations to our very own Stacy Johnson. Hopefully you saw not only in our Gilbert news, but also it made the Ames trib, where Stacy Johnson is retiring as our head volleyball coach from Gilbert. She's been with the volleyball team for 14 years and has been head coach for 12 years. So a big congratulations to her and a thank you. She's the only coach to lead our volleyball team to state. up to this point. So we're very grateful to her and all the time and energy she put into our program and to our kids. And she looks forward. One of the things that she's mentioned a few times is that she wants to continue to be involved in the program in some way, but maybe just in a different capacity as she spends more time with her family. So we're very grateful to Stacey as she, has done such amazing things with our volleyball girls. So thrilled about that. So, and then that takes us to just a reminder, which I don't think this takes a lot of reminder, that spring break is coming up, March 10th through the 17th, and I hope everyone take some time off to relax and get some just some time away and rejuvenate and be back ready for our final quarter. So, and then I'll just jump right into the notes. Is that okay?
Yep.
So that takes us into administrative reports. Hopefully you had a chance to read the administrative reports, the department updates that we provide each meeting. And then that leads us into our next celebration and report. Mr. Vanderpool is here to share the good news with us about our transportation manager. So, Mr. Vanderpool, I'll turn it over to you.
Later on tonight, you're going to get the opportunity to approve some of the new positions later on during the personnel section. But tonight, I want to take a moment to introduce Trent Becker as our new transportation manager. Trent started working for the district in 2007, has been in a variety of roles in several different buildings, and has been driving a bus for the district since 2011. Trent also is a driver's ed instructor and actively involved in our community with coaching through Gilbert Youth Sports, done tons and tons of umpiring, was very active in our early live streaming of our school events, and we couldn't be more excited to have Trent join our team. And so Trent is accompanied by his wife Tina tonight. They have 4 children, Joseph, Catherine, Isaac, and Hannah. Isaac and Hannah are in middle school and high school. And so Dr. T, I'll pass it off to you for say a few things.
Yes, I just want to welcome Trent, and we're so thrilled to have you move into this position. We know how seriously you take the safety of our kids and making sure that our Gilbert pride runs through all that we do. So thrilled to have you. So thank you so much. So.
Anything you want to say, Trent?
I appreciate the confidence that you guys had in me and the opportunity to serve in a different role. I would have never imagined when we moved here in 2005 that I would be transportation manager. I didn't even know if I'd be driving a bus then. So I've already recruited 2 bus drivers. So I know I'm not appreciating that role. One of them is one of our board members. Somebody said Andrew Rickles is interested in it.
That's right.
I talked to Stacy Johnson now that she's retired. She actually asked me if I would be interested in teaching her how to do that. So at least I think 3 actually.
Good.
Kind of putting those. But I hope to take advantage of the connections I have in the community and excited to get started. It's going to be a long couple months of waiting, but I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Couldn't ask for a more committed and better person to lead our transportation.
And I think Mr. Mosaman, did you had mentioned you wanted to say a few words?
Hey, Trent, sorry I can't be there, but I got to tell you, I'm about the happiest guy in the room next to you and your family. It's an honor to have you join the management staff at the high school. You deserve it. You've earned it. And we sure appreciate everything you do.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations. Here, I have a keychain I'm going to give him. I'll do that. Which seems appropriate as for transportation. Here's a keychain. You don't have it. That's right. And then actually, Mr. Vanderpool, before he gets too comfortable, I believe you're going to come talk to us a little bit about staff badges.
Yes, I am. As part of our vulnerability assessment that took place earlier this fall, one of the things was being able to identify who comes into our building through the Raptor system. And then another portion of that is being able to easily identify the adults in the building that work in the building and should be in the buildings, so that our students and staff know if somebody's in the building, they should have a badge on through the Raptor system, or they should be an employee. And so we're working through a couple companies to look at getting a system to make badges. Our goal is to have all the badges in place, by the end of the school year. So then next year, when we start the year, we'll just be replacing it with the new employees. So that'll be roughly about 275 district employees that will have badges and be easily identified. So we're excited about that, to be able to add that piece to our safety plan. And I think it's going to be a great feature, so.
Any questions?
Glad to hear it.
Thank you, Mr. Vanderbilt. That concludes our administrator reports.
All right, board reports. We have a work session coming up on the 9th. I'll be virtually attending. I think we'll have CMBA will be doing an update for it as well. We'll be working with them.
Yes, we will be working, I'll be working with them somewhat tomorrow, and then we'll be bringing that information to that meeting that evening. And then also we're hearing from just a second, his name is escaping me, the financial gentleman that from Piper Jeffries that Travis, I think it is, that works with us. And so we'll be going over some financials to see where we are. So we're making sure that we have the budget where we want it to be, and so we're clear on what that budget looks like. So those are two components that we'll be focusing on for the work session.
Okay. Any questions or anything on that? Jeff? All right.
Nope.
Closed session for your review. I think we just setting a date on that, or
Yeah.
that might be something if we could probably email around and come up with the date. The easiest way to do that.
Yes, I just want to put it on everybody's radar to make sure we get a date set, and I think Gail will work with all of you on that to find a date that works for everyone. And
What's the deadline on that?
and so we have until May, but I think Andrew was mentioning trying to work through that maybe in April is what they were looking at.
Okay. So yeah, we'll work with Gail and get a time set.
Yep.
Facilities report.
Okay, that's me. So just a quick update, not a lot to discuss this evening, but I wanted to make share a couple of things. The first piece I wanted to share is that as we were meeting last month, there was some conversation around just looking at different plans that came forward. And one of the things that I've talked to and shared many times over is that as the board is meeting, we have made no decisions as it relates to facilities. Everything is just an option. What are we looking at? And the board will make a final decision as we move forward, but that has not happened as of yet. I did want to share with everyone that when looking at one of the discussions we had at the last meeting is looking at the 6th grade programming and 6th grade to see if we could potentially move 6th grade down to the intermediate building. And I just wanted to share, and I've shared with the middle school and with Mr. Danielson, is that it is not my recommendation, or it is my recommendation to leave the 6th grade where they are at this time as we look at bonding. And so I think it's important that everyone hear that. Now, we all know that the board will make the final decision, but my recommendation would be to leave the 6th grade where it is, and for a couple of reasons, well, multiple reasons, but one is programming, looking at what does it look like, what is the instruction that we're giving based on the schedule that they have at the 6th grade. It's working, and so that's something that I feel very strongly about, and we looked at it, and I have no doubt that it would work if it was in this building, but I think based on that, where they are, they're having success. That's one piece. Also, the second really important factor that I looked at is the enrollment report, which I'll be sharing with you on Thursday, is that when we pulled out the 6th graders, it really created an imbalance. I thought that the growth that we would see from 7th and 8th would help grow that middle school. And you'll see in the numbers that I share with you on Thursday that it just didn't do that. It's just the intermediate building became quite large and the middle school became, quite a bit smaller. And I'm not sure that that's what we're going for when we look at enrollment and making sure we have classroom space for everyone. So taking all those things into consideration is really where my recommendation has come from, where we were before and where we are now. So I am working with CMBA to also ask them the question is that we may have to pull a few classrooms that were originally proposed for this building off of this building. And then that would be the money that would be utilized to put the classrooms that were needed at the middle school. And so we'll look at that on Thursday to see what that looks like, but that's where that recommendation is coming from. But of course, the board will make the ultimate decision about what that looks like, but that's my recommendation for everyone. And then we'll go through all of that at the work session. The other thing at the work session that I'm working with CMBA on is I've tried to put together, right now it's just 3 options to say if our budget is $44 million. And if you remember, CMBA gave us options that are up to about $66 million. So I tried to take 3 different plans and put that together and say, okay, what does close to $44 million look like? What's a la carte, where if you as a board say, no, we want to do this instead of that, how does that work? And then I left it open if people have other ideas related to that. So I'll be sharing all that on Thursday, and then potentially as we have a board meeting, our next board meeting or the next couple board meetings, maybe we'll be ready to move forward from there. So that's just the latest update on where we are with facilities and master planning.
Will we get any of that before the meeting or just at the meeting?
I believe I'm trying to, CMBA said they should be finished. I created this chart and they're adding in a few pieces. They think they'll be done with that tomorrow. As soon as they are, then we can put it in the Dropbox and you can have access, so you can have time to take a look at it. It's a great suggestion. I'll make sure that gets done.
Jeff, any questions, anything from here? All right,
Nope, I'm good. I'd actually talked to Christine this afternoon a little bit, so.
cool. All right, moving on, new business. Consider approved request from Vicky Hales, DECA advisor for DECA chapter students to attend the 2023 DECA International Career Development Conference in Orlando, Florida, April 21 to 26, 2023. I think looking through that was fundraised, right? So it's,
Yes.
I think we have to vote to approve that, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Any,
I make a motion
you're cutting
to
out,
approve.
sound like a heard a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, first reading of Series 500 board policies. This is rescinded policies. This would be to rescind the policy. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now these have to go through a second reading to rescind them? Or-
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
so this is
So
just
I'll
the-
go back a second time.
okay. Any discussion on any of these policies up to be rescinded? We had talked earlier about in our meeting about the emergency action plan, that one, and
Yes.
just to clarify that, while it won't necessarily be in the policy, that will be reflected somewhere else. We still have an emergency action plan, it just not
Correct.
necessarily in that, so, and that's
That
fine.
is correct.
That was the only thing that I had. Melissa or Jeff, anything?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And we don't vote, we don't have to vote on the first time.
Okay.
So we're just talking through them.
All right, next up, the first reading of Series 500 board policies. These are new policies. And looking through those, I think a lot of those were just either new policies from ISB.
Mhm.
And, any questions, comments on any of those?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Next one, first reading of board policy 216.2, the policy primer update, and series 500 board policies revisions. Again, same kind of thing, a lot of updates just related to ISB, making sure everything's up to date legally. Anything we can talk about there, questions, concerns? All right. Up next, first reading of series 500 board policies, review legal references. Again, same story. Just making sure we're up to date with everything. We're nice and legal there. Any questions, concerns on any of those?
Can I say something there?
Yeah.
I just want to thank Melissa and Josh are serving on our policy committee, so we have our system in place and we're just getting started on it. And I just want to thank you for your time and energy in that.
A
Nice,
lot of fun. reading.
nice stack right there. All right. Next review 2023-2024 proposed certified budget. Action to set public hearing Monday, April 10th, 2023 at 6 p.m. Updated after the taxable valuation rollback fix. Is
So
that a Gale topic?
it is,
Yeah.
but this is something that we're just taking a look at the budget. It has to be, we're setting a public hearing for that meeting. And it would be at the very beginning of the meeting, at the 6th, to talk about the updated taxable valuation plans and how it was fixed. So we're just I guess we're gonna vote on that to ensure that we have a meeting at that time.
All right, so make a motion to set public hearing Monday, April 10th at 6 P.M.
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Financial report summary. Let me,
That's Katie, I think the financial supports, reports are all in your Dropbox. Because Gail's not here this evening to go through it, it's pretty, we've seen it many times and she'll be available for questions when she returns. So, but at this time, I think it's, pretty
nothing
good.
scary. nothing
Nope,
groundbreaking.
nope, we're good.
Good. All right, moving on, the consent agenda. Anything we need to hold, discuss? No concerns on anything? No? All right, make a motion on the consent agenda.
Emotion.
Okay, a motion, a second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, calendar, this Thursday, I believe, March 9th at 3 P.M. Facility master planning work session. April 10th at 6 P.M. The budget hearing and the regular board meeting. May 8th and June 12th are the next board meetings after that. All right.
The work session will be held, just so everyone is aware, in the district office conference room. So we're aware of what this.
Hey, Christine, is CMBA going to be there in person?
Well, they did not plan on it, but they can be. That's the conversation I had with them today. So I thought maybe after they meet tomorrow, I will touch base with them and see where we are. I think because our time is a little bit short, I feel like we're gonna have Travis, and then I really want to make sure you guys have enough time to talk about the things. I was wondering if maybe we just have them available kind of on call, and if we have questions or something, we could pull them into it. I don't know if you have a thought.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea, because Travis Squires will take probably, 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. Okay, so well, that's what I'll do, is I'll make sure they're on call for us, so as we get into things, if we have questions, we can pull them right up into the meeting if we need to.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have them
Yeah.
not available for that.
Yeah.
Good. All right, make a motion to adjourn.
We have to go. Turn on.
That was under the consent agenda. Which we better know. Yep.
I make a motion to adjourn from Florida.
All right, second from Iowa.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Thanks, you guys. I'll see you Thursday. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.